everyone, and welcome to Filing for Dummies. My name is Emily Bro.
And I'm Londo.
And we are going to show you how to file and serve a petition for divorce. Before you head to the courthouse to file your petition for divorce, make sure you have all the proper affidavits and pleadings that must be filed with the petition. You will need a petition for divorce. Remember, it is important that you ask in the prayer of the petition that the defendant be served with a copy of the petition. An affidavit of verification. This is an affidavit stating that the petitioner has read the petition and all the facts contained in her petition are true to the best of their knowledge. The order. A pre-typed order where the assigned judge grants what the petitioner has asked for in her prayer of the petition. You can file the petition of divorce in the parish of where either party is domiciled or in the parish of the last matrimonial domicile. But remember, in order to file the petition in the parish where either party is domiciled, the party must have been domiciled in that parish for at least 6 months prior to filing the petition. You will also need to remember to have all your pleadings in the proper format according to each court's local rules. In Jefferson and Orleans Parish, all pleadings must be type or print legible, double-spaced, on legal-sized white paper, in the English language. The margins must be 2 inches at the top and 1 on the side and the bottoms. Quotations and footnotes must be single-spaced. New Orleans also requires that all divorce actions have a cover sheet, and that all new suits must have a new suit cover sheet, which can be found and downloaded from the court's website. Always remember to bring multiple copies of the petition to the courthouse. You'll typically need at least 3. 1 to keep the court's record, 1 for you to keep on your file, and 1 for service.
Now we're in front of the courthouse in Jefferson Parish, which is located in Gretna. I have my petition for divorce and some copies to go with it because I want 1 for the court record, 1 to keep for myself, and 1 for service. We're now going to take our petition for divorce and file it in the new suits section in the clerk of court, which is located on the 2nd floor of the courthouse. Now we're on the 2nd floor where the clerk of court's office is located, and the room number is 2400. Now we're going to walk into new suits and file the petition for divorce. Okay. Now we're at the counter of the new suits section of the clerk of court, and now I'm going to file my petition for divorce. Hello.
Hi.
I'd like to file this petition for divorce, please.
Okay. Did you fax file it?
No.
No? Okay. Are you going to walk it through to get a date?
Yes.
And did you want to walk your service through?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
It's Monday.
Alright, it's going to be 600. This is our citation. The white sheet is what goes with the service copy to the defendant. The yellow sheet is what comes back from the sheriff's office. Showing that the defendant was served. It would show, the officer would fill in how they were served, personal or domiciliary. If they were served domiciliary, it would show who they were served for, mother, roommate, so forth. And then we would put it in our system how they were served, and that would also show on JeffNet, how they could look up on JeffNet how they were served.
I just have a few questions to ask you. About how long does it take for a new petition for divorce to process if you fax file it as opposed to e-filing it on JeffNet?
If you fax file a petition, we get it through our fax, then we allot it just like we did with you. However, when you fax file a petition, the attorney or pro se litigant has 7 business days to get the original to our office. So technically it's not filed until that original comes into our office. E-filing is automatically, when we print out that e-file, that is the original.
Okay.
So it's automatically processed and sent up to the judge.
And then, how long does it take for a petition to reach the sheriff's desk for service when you e-file it, as opposed to coming in and personally filing it yourself?
E-file and coming in is basically the same process.
Okay.
We issue it, we send it to the sheriff. The sheriff has a basket here. They come in every day and pick up, and they go to the sheriff's office.
And then about how long? What's the time difference between the party walking the petition themselves to the sheriff's office and us and the party leaving it here for the sheriff to come pick up?
The sheriff does come every morning at 10 a.m. So say you were to come, you came now, you could walk it through, otherwise, and it would go there now. Otherwise, it would go at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
So it's just about a 1 day delay. And then what happens if a party is not domiciled in Jefferson Parish? How do you go about doing service for someone domiciled outside of Jefferson Parish, like in Orleans or Pat?
We would issue the citation and we would mail it to their sheriff's office, and then that's how they would serve them. They would go out and serve them in that parish.
Okay.
And then they would mail the returns back to us.
And then you would just record all the information online onto
Correct.
JeffNet?
And you could look at it through JeffNet.
Okay. So now we have our petition for divorce. It's been stamped. We have a docket number now, which is 756734. A division, which is division N. We have a timestamp, and then we have our. We've been allotted to Officer Wedding, which is one of the 4 domestic hearing officers in Jefferson Parish, and then Commissioner Bailey is the domestic commissioner here in Jefferson Parish. We also have a stamp right here that says it's been imaged on March 14th, 2016. This just means that all the pleadings that we have filed today have been scanned in, and we can look at it online on JeffNet whenever we would like. So I'm going to show you how to e-file on JeffNet. That's one of the many ways you can file pleadings in Jefferson Parish. Here I already have a petition pulled up. You can either have all of the pleadings in one document and the clerk of court will divide up the pleadings after you've e-filed it, or you can have all the pleadings in multiple files. So before we start e-filing, we want to make sure that the file is saved as a PDF, which is pretty simple if you're using Microsoft Word. All you have to do is name your petition, and then under Format, hit PDF, and then it'll save as a PDF. So now we have our pleadings saved in PDF file, and now we are going to file it on JeffNet, which is the server that they use in Jefferson Parish. You're going to type in your username and password. Now, once we've entered the home screen of JeffNet, you want to go to the left-hand section and click 24th JDC e-filing. Now, once you click on that, you're going to need to enter in your password to file. And once you enter this screen, what you're going to want to do is go to the left-hand side yet again and go under e-filing and click File New Case. Once you enter this screen, it's going to ask you some various questions. The name of the petition being filed. So right here we're going to put petition for divorce. A reference number, but that's not required. The plaintiff's first name, here it is Smith. Our plaintiff's first name is Connor. His middle initial is R. We'll next put in the defendant's last name, which is also Smith. Her first name being Megan, and her middle initial being A. Now remember, prior to filing, you're going to want to click yes or no to this question. Does this case require a Louisiana Supreme Court reporting cover sheet? You'll just simply click no. Next, we're going to browse for the petition. And now, once we find it, we're going to click File Case. So once your case is filed, it'll be listed under your case list, and then you can click and check on it at any time. It'll tell you what date you filed it and what you filed. Now, you can also fax file in Jefferson Parish. To find out all the guidelines for fax filing, you can go to the courthouse's website, and they'll have all the information right here. Now, in order to fax file, you'll want to print out all of the pleadings that you intend on filing prior to faxing. You're going to fax the pleadings to 504-364-3780. Once the clerk of court has received the pleadings you have faxed, they will fax back a fax filing sheet with all the information contained in regards to your matter. At the top, it'll have your docket number that they've assigned, the division that they have assigned. They'll have your name, your fax number, the date in which they faxed the fax filing sheet to you, the number of pages they received from your fax file. In this case, we had 5. The type of petition, the type of document that was fax filed. Here it was a petition for divorce, and the case title name. The clerk of court will also fill out this portion right here stating when and what time they received your fax file. They will also let you know the filing fees you owe to the courthouse. Now, you will have 7 business days to bring in the original petition that you fax filed along with a check for the filing fees to the clerk of court's office in the Jefferson Parish Courthouse. Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, where we're gonna walk our petition to the sheriff with the citation, and it'll be given to a sheriff to go serve the party. In order to have Jefferson Parish Sheriff to serve the party, you would need to go to the Civil and Judicial Process Building of the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, which is adjacent to the big Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office right here.
Once you have dropped off your citation and petition at the sheriff's office, it will be taken through their sorting process. Jefferson Parish has 42 sheriffs that process service. The parish is divided into 42 areas, each sheriff being responsible for service in one particular area. When your citation arrives at the sheriff's office, it will be placed into the mailbox of the sheriff responsible for service in the area where your particular defendant lives. Once a day, that sheriff will pick up the citations in his box and attempt to complete service on all of the citations. Each sheriff works on their own schedule, so if a particular sheriff has already left for the day, your citation may not be served until the next day. If you paid for rush service, the sheriff's office will be notified that it is a rush citation, and they will make sure that someone in the office attempts service that same day. If an attorney would like to hold service, they can request that filing, or they can send a letter to the clerk of court that they wish to hold service until a certain date. In that situation, the petition and the citation will be held by the division head of the division to which the suit has been assigned until it is ready to be processed for service. When the sheriff either completes service or has attempted enough times that he determines that service cannot be completed, he will fill out the bottom part of the citation and return it to the clerk's office, who will then update the case file. Each sheriff is also responsible for keeping a logbook of the service that they complete each day.
You can check on JeffNet to see when it's served. So here, what I've highlighted, this is just a sample for when you want to check when service was made on your petition. It'll state sheriff's return, it'll tell you what parish it was in, the citation ID, who the service was to, when the service was done, what type of service, here it was personal, and to whom service was given to. Here it was also the defendant. If you want to check the citation, all you have to do is simply click the little paper icon, which is located on the left-hand side. This is the same citation sheet that is attached to the petition when it's filed, and this is also the same sheet that the sheriff sends back to the clerk of court's office once service is done. If you look towards the bottom left-hand corner of the citation sheet, it'll tell you how service went about. The sheriff will record when service was done, at what time, and when they returned it to the clerk of court's office, and what type of service was made and who it was made to. In the event that service cannot be completed, there's a section at the bottom that says unable to serve, and there will be various reasons why service cannot be served.
You've been served.
So, Mr. Ronnie, if the party's not home that you're trying to serve, how many times do you try to serve the party again?
On a civil paper, I'll come back 5 times.
5 times? And after the 5th time, what happens?
I'll turn the paper back in numerous attempts.
Let's say you do the drop service. Do you have to do that often?
Not too often, but occasionally it happens.
And then after you've attempted to serve the party 5 times and you're not able to get service on them, is that when the other party should try a private process server to try to track down?
That's correct.
Right. And then if you're able to serve the party with the whatever papers it is that you're serving them with, how do you fill out the form? You put the date you received.
This is the date received, this is going to be the date served, and this is going to be the date returned.
Right.
And then it's either going to be personal, domiciliary, or not at this address, or other.
Okay. And then you'll take the sheet and you'll return it to the clerk's office?
I return it to my office.
Okay.
And then my office, in turn, after the ladies put it where it needs to go, they'll turn it back into the courts.
Okay.
Like this paper.
What do you do if you're at the defendant's home, but it's not the defendant who answers the door and is not home?
It all depends.
It depends on what?
You answer, the person answers to say the defendant's not there, but the husband's there.
Yeah.
Well, then you can serve the husband because the wife lives here.
Or
And that should be someone 16 or older.
do you normally ask the person how old they are before you
Well,
give
you
them
can
the
tell.
Oh, you can tell? Okay, I didn't know if
Well,
Most
if you,
cases.
if you was to come to the door and you answered the door, I wouldn't serve you because I thought you was 10.
Like if it's someone that's not the party you're serving, do you ask them if they live at this house?
I'll say, do you live here? And
Okay.
they'll say yes or no.
Okay.
If they say yes, that's your paper.